We've looked at SoFi a bunch of times. A lot of people want me to look at LUNR. Let's take a look. Space, more space. All right, when I get back from the kitchen, LUNR. I cover if there's like revenue growth or like something like that that changes in the story. The key is not to short too much. That's really the key, is having a lot of positions, not getting too burned. But if you want YOLO gains, you're gonna have to go through some YOLO losses sometimes. That's the nature of YOLO, right? You just try to make sure you don't get blown out, but there should be a price where you're also willing to get blown out. I mean, at $100, now you should be able to hedge that. All right, LUNR by popular demand. We should make a space section for this, since there's so many. Put this in. Where did I put this? Yeah, I do think so, Duck. Yeah, I'm curious, Luigi. It's a new reg show. I don't see it. Damn, this shit crazy. At the end of each month? How the hell? Oh, they're confidential. 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 1 month delay. Wow. In aggregate, maybe? So they're not going to individually out any. Well, we'll see how they actually disclose, the SEC disclose, because it sounds like they might aggregate it in a way that's blinds individual positions.
Order partially filled. Order filled.
Shorting crypto is just like shorting anything else. You just go on an exchange, borrow, and sell. Yeah, it's pretty compelling. Oh, what's up, IQ? Ooh. Well, quantum teleportation isn't what it sounds like. Space is hot. Not really sure what these guys do. Not too many out there, MB. A lot of pods do. Hedge funds less so. Hey, Harves. Regret-amine. I barely know anything about the company. I've spent a total of 2 minutes on it, so. Who's their major customer? I assume so.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
I might have to make some phone calls. I still don't know anything about this company yet. So this is cost plus work for NASA. On moon stuff? Give me 1 minute. Get my cell phone. So they're just moon? I don't understand how this could be a business, though. Like a publicly traded company that's just moon? Fuck. Yeah, Jinzo, that's a good idea. We were working on something like that. Turned down for what? Like, how much business can there be on the moon? I'm about to go into chud mode. You can mine helium on the moon? Yeah, that's right, Tagia. Tagliatella. Mine the shareholders. Farm. Farm them. Farm them. Commercial Lunar Payload Services. I mean, what's the whole NASA contract? Everybody's trying to feed off NASA. The NASA budget's 22 bill. SpaceX gets 100% of that. 100%. I mean, just for NASA, like throwing them 100 mil every now and then does not make it worth 2.7 billion. You know what I mean? These aren't even that profitable contracts. They're like at cost. $4 million gross margin, dude. This is a zero. It's a fucking joke. It's a fucking joke, bro. It'll make me mad. Near space network data service. Okay, that's different. Near space, okay, that's different. In space communication, that's not Mars. It's all Mars. That don't make no sense. I'm sorry, Moon. Not Mars, Moon.
Order filled.
Down for what? maximum potential value of 4.8 billion. I've seen a few of those before. Potential value. Turn down for what?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for standing by, and welcome to the Intuitive Machines third quarter 2024 conference call. At this time, all participants are in a listen-only mode. After the speaker's presentation, there will be a question and answer session. To ask a question during the session, you will need to press star 11 on your telephone. You will then hear an automated message advising you that your hand is raised. To withdraw your question, please press star 11 again. Please be advised that today's conference is being recorded. I would now like to turn the conference over to Steven Zhang, Head of Investor Relations. Please go ahead.
Good morning. Welcome to the Intuitive Machines third quarter 2024 earnings call. Chief Executive Officer Steve Altemus and Chief Financial Officer Pete McGrath are leading the call today. Before we begin, please note that some of the information discussed during today's call will consist of forward-looking statements, setting forth our current expectations with respect to the future of our business, the economy, and other events. The company's actual results could differ materially from those indicated in any forward-looking statements due to many factors. These factors are described under forward-looking statements in the company's earnings press release and the company's most recent 10-K and 10-Q filed with the SEC. We do not undertake any obligation to update forward-looking statements. We also expect to discuss certain financial measures and information that are non-GAAP measures as defined in the applicable SEC rules and regulations. Reconciliations to the company's GAAP measures are included in the earnings release filed on Form 8-K. Finally, we posted an earnings call presentation to our website, which provides additional context on our operational and financial performance. You can find this presentation on our investor relations page at www.intuitivemachines.com/investors. Now I'll turn the call over to Steve Altemus.
Thanks, Stephen, and welcome to everyone joining us this morning. Intuitive Machines had a very strong third quarter, highlighted by key awards, revenue growth, and we closed the quarter with record highs in both cash and backlog, validating our upward trajectory. Q3 revenue was $58.5 million, over 4 times our Q3 sales last year. Our cash balance at the end of Q3 reached $89.6 million. This strong cash position, combined with zero debt, provides ample liquidity as we continue our blueprint to commercialize the moon. Our backlog also hit a company record at $316.2 million, primarily driven by lunar surface delivery missions and the first task order for the Near Space Network Services contract. Throughout the quarter, we continue to focus on our three core service pillars: delivery, data transmission, and infrastructure as services. These pillars provide foundational capabilities that enable the missions and goals of commercial and government exploration of the moon. We made progress across all three pillars by first securing another South Pole lunar delivery mission, then winning the Near Space Network Services contract, and finally continuing to mature both our LTV, lunar terrain vehicle design, in conjunction with our heavy cargo class lander. These strategic revenue streams bring our business thesis clearly into view, allowing us to focus on capturing more operational services, which we believe will provide long-tail revenues with higher margins. As we look forward to executing on these strategic advances, we appointed Pete McGrath as our Chief Financial Officer. Previously our Chief Operating Officer, Pete brings 35 years of aerospace and financial expertise to the team. His unique experiences tightly align the company's financial strategy with the operational demands of executing large-scale complex programs. It's great to have you on the call, Pete.
Thanks, Steve.
Now, moving on to data transmission services and the NSNS contract, and in line with our growing momentum, we captured the Near Space Network Services contract in September, which marked a transformative step for Intuitive Machines in data transmission for in-space communications and navigation. As the sole awardee, the contract is valued up to $4.82 billion over the next decade. We intend to leverage our already contracted delivery missions to deploy a constellation of lunar data relay satellites around the moon. This lunar constellation is central to our strategy to commercialize the moon, supporting both commercial ventures and the Artemis campaign's goal of sustained human lunar presence. This contract introduces a pay-by-the-minute service model focused on scalable data transmission services. This is significant in that we believe it boosts margin potential through its software-as-a-service-like revenue model. We're able to incorporate communication satellite deliveries with each lunar lander mission at a marginal cost due to extra performance on the booster, resulting in significant cost savings. As such, we intend to deploy the first of 5 lunar data relay satellites on our third contracted surface delivery mission. This deployment enables an initial operational capability that allows NASA to initiate pay-by-the-minute services. 2 additional satellites are slated for delivery.
Well, who's trying to buy these services? You make an internet on the moon without any fucking people to use it.
Order filled.
How does that work? Think about it. What type of sense does that make? Does it make sense to anybody else? Let me connect to this moon network. Let me SSH in. Why? What's on there? For what? I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible. It's completely
Order
useless.
partially filled.
There's got to be some use to it.
Order filled.
Like, for example, yeah, I guess you have a way to connect up there, but you still can only data can only travel as fast as the speed of light, right? So large language moon models. Yeah, I agree with you, KDR. Like, it's hard to know for sure. Pay by the minute moon. It's like AT&T on the moon. Sprint, MCI. I don't know, it's just a nervous habit, Vinny. It's like a trichotillomania. Trichotillomania? Trichotillomania. Mental health condition induced by being a bag holder. Why does trichotillomania feel so good? Voluntarily relieve a person from feelings of stress and anxiety. Well, we all know I have severe anxiety.
Order partially filled.
Yo, why do I pull out my hair and eat the follicle? Damn! Ain't that crazy? Why does it taste so good? Yeah. What Rigetti does too, man. Absolutely. What celebrities have trichotillomania? Me? I'm fucking bleeding right now. Megan Fox, Justin Timberlake, my wife Amy Schumer, my other wife Katy Perry, and Olivia Munn. Squeeze a stress ball. Use a fidget spinner. Take a soothing bath. Okay, BRB. Urge to pull? It's not viewers, it's views. Vitamin D? A link to autism?
Order partially filled.
I don't know,
Order
guys.
filled.
I think I'm crazy. Man, first lunar landing in 50 years. Let's just say business has been quiet. Yeah, things have been slow. Hopefully they're going to pick up in the next 50 years. We could do SLS watch. I guess I have to write a paper. I don't know. February, okay. Yeah, we might be able to make some money on SLS. Turn down for what? Can't believe Albania banned TikTok. The hell am I supposed to watch? hungry as hell. Should I get some McDonald's? Why not? Why not? Not every stock move has a meaning or purpose behind it, especially given half the volume in the market is some machine, more than half. Don't get in the habit of asking why all the time. Why is this stock up? Why isn't it up? You know, do something about it. Go short it or something. $25 to 30 years? Shit, I don't know. I can't figure out what stock to buy for 25 minutes. You can be a bull and a bear, man. That's how we do. Stocks that have more cash than their market cap can sometimes be worth something, but be like water. Okay, double quarter pounder or McCrispy or Big Mac, or what do you guys think? I think I'm doing McCrispy. Nah, I don't know. I'm good not getting the best deal in McDonald's. That's okay. It's not the end of the world for me. You trying to do a pair trade on this McDonald's? You looked at the variance? Trying to whip it and flip it. I see. Staying delta neutral. Quantum's starting to look a little weak again. QMCO is down. Shareholders learn as company has no plans to be a quantum computing. Darn it, they had the perfect name. Space is very hot right now. But like, how much of NASA's budget is launch? Let's see, NASA budget breakdown. Hey, they had a lot back then. Human spaceflight, what does that even mean, though? What that mean, though? Spent 73% on contracts. So SpaceX must have a ton of non-space revenue, like Starlink, I guess, and other tons of revenue from other shit. Artemis campaign, 2.6 billion. Isn't that the moon? Okay, not bad. It's kind of hard to value these types of businesses because they're so fundamentally dependent on these contracts. They don't have independent businesses, and so like, how do they? How do they get a business that isn't dependent on the government doling out a contract every year, which these contracts appear to be fairly low margin? So how did they get a contract like that? And I don't know, their space communications thing, I would think that Starlink would be better positioned for that. Which fund? Bruce, which fund? The HSBC. Email or Ungodel? Yeah, it's hard to make heads or tails of this thing. Given that it was trading at 40 cents for a long time,
Order partially filled.
I
Order filled.
tend to think it'll return to that. And that this is, we're seeing a liquidity driven boom in lots of stocks. And I don't know, it feels to me like unless you can point to a business that, I mean, NASA contracting out some of their work, or all of their work, it sounds like. I'm not sure that's like that exciting to be a contractor for them on a few things. It hasn't been profitable for them so far. It's not my field.